The topic I researched and will be talking about today is on capital punishment and its relation to the Eighth Amendment. I believe capital punishment is a cruel and unusual form of punishment, which goes against what the Eighth Amendment states. I found this topic interesting because there are many flaws that come with capital punishment, and my personal views go against the death penalty. And like I said, the Eighth Amendment states cruel and unusual punishment is not allowed, but many states still allow unusual forms of punishment. I believe the death penalty in any form is immoral, and the government does not have the right to kill someone. There are other alternatives, such as life without parole. There are numerous weaknesses to capital punishment, such as people accused of a crime are sometimes not at fault. Wrongful executions are unfortunately very common. The issue I will be analyzing is the effects of capital punishment and how lethal injection should be considered just as unlawful as outdated forms of punishment, such as stoning or electrocution. There are currently 31 states that allow the death penalty. In my paper, my thesis statement is capital punishment should be abolished because it comes with irreversible risks. Unfortunately, death by electrocution is allowed in Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Kentucky, and South Carolina, as well as Tennessee and Virginia. And death by gas inhalation is legal in Arizona and California. What surprised me the most was the fact that Delaware and Washington allow death by hanging. I personally did not know this fact, and I found it to be shocking. When I think of death by hanging, I picture a very old society from hundreds of years ago. These forms of death are rare, but still applicable under the laws of those states. Here is a quote by Victor Hugo. In this quote, Hugo states that the government does not allow anyone to kill, but only the government has the right to kill. No justification is being served when capital punishment is enforced. The second quote, by Stephen Bright, is my favorite, as it shows both opinions to the issue. Bright states that people might favor an eye for an eye, but it is just as shameful to commit the same crime to the criminal. Next, I will be stating a fact that I found interesting. The purpose of enforcing capital punishment is to reduce the crime rate within a society, correct? Well, countless statistics show that societies which use capital punishment do not have lower crime rates. The article I will be analyzing is by John Lamperti, titled, "Does Capital Punishment Deter Crime?" I found this source to be credible because the author is a professor of mathematics at Dartmouth College. In addition, the author cites multiple sources. In this text, Lamperti questions and compares if capital punishment is a better penalty than long-term imprisonment. Interestingly enough, the author claims that states which don't allow the death penalty have lower murder rates than states that use the death penalty. This article starts off by giving statistical evidence on two cases, one of which shows how smoking is directly related to lung cancer. Another experiment explained a study where a group of people were given a vaccine while the other was given a placebo. The author included these experiments to explain how statistics help form social policies. So, the statistics that show how capital punishment does not deter crime should make America completely ban capital punishment in all states. I do plan on using this source in my essay because it is credible and it argues a great point. I have completed 5.5 pages so far, but I plan on adding much more to it before the weekend ends. There are many sources in the library database, but not many prove the point I am making in my essay. But so far, so good. Thank you for listening.